Hi everyone. In today's class, we are going to learn about Vastu. This is a basic course for beginners who has no idea about Vastu and then who want to buy a house and they have like no idea how to see Vastu for that brand new build, right? So let's get started. So when it comes to Vastu, there are some of the few like important elements that you need to consider. First of all, like the direction of the house and where the door is placed, that's very very important. So the direction of the house is one thing, and then where the exact door is there, that's the second thing. So I'll tell you in detail how it should be. So when it comes to directions, usually most of the houses are like from an astrology point of view, we recommend like north facing. North or east facing is the best option that you can have, but it depends upon your chart, your birth chart, and then it can differ for few people. Like south is also a best option, but it like depends upon your birth chart. But majority, I'm talking about like 75% of people, they opt for north or east facing homes. So whenever you're trying to build a new home or where you are going to buy a home, you need to know which is your preferred direction, right? According to your birth chart, which is the most preferred direction. So accordingly, you need to like you can go for that direction. So, but in general, north or east facing is the best option. And when it comes to door direction, so your house can be north facing, but sometimes the door can be like northeast facing because here in the US you have like different models where your lot, right, it can be facing north and the exact house can be facing north, where your house door can be northeast or northwest. So I'll tell you in detail like when you buy a house, the door location is very, very, very important. That actually, house and the door location should sync actually. So, for example, you're buying a north facing home. According to Vastu, we prefer the door is also like exactly in that degree, like exactly north facing. That is a preferred way. For example, you are buying east facing home, then your door, right, the front door, that is also need to be exactly east facing. That is the preferred way of buying it. Okay. But you have no choice, you can go for other options. But the preferred way is both the house and the front door needs to be in the exact same direction. Okay. And that's a preferred way. Now, when before we get into the degrees, like in Vastu, we have like about like 16 zones. We have in north itself, we have northeast, northwest, and east. You have like, for example, if you take degrees, right, 0 degrees is like perfect north. Okay, and then when you come to east, 90 degrees is the exact like correct east degree, and then 180 is like proper south, and 270 is like the exact west direction. So my recommendation is, I mean, I have to see your birth chart to identify which is your lucky direction. But if you're going to buy something like north facing home or you're going to build north, make sure your door is exactly like at 0 degrees. So if you are going to buy an east facing home, make sure your door is exactly like opening in that 90 degrees. Okay. Why? Because that will bring you immense luck and immense wealth for that home. We need to make sure both the house direction and the door is in like in perfect degrees, right? So what you have to do, if you're going to buy, like you have a lot and you're just seeing the lot and you don't know where the door will come and all that, and then the architect is there, you don't know exactly where the door will come. You need to like get that detail from the architect on. For example, if this is your lot, this is a street and this is your lot, you need to ask the architect on, like, can you tell me where like that door will come, whether this is this side or this side, exactly how it will come. What you can do is you can actually stand in the center of the lot. If it's an empty lot, you can stand in the center of the lot, And with your compass, you can use your iPhone for the directions. And with your compass, you can actually take the exact like 0 degrees or 90 degrees from the center of the lot. And you can check with your architect where that door will come exactly. And then from there, you can predict this is going to be your exact 0 degrees or exact 90 degrees. So you need to, if it's an empty lot, um, it's easier actually. But if it's already a built home, let's say that the home is already built, then you can go to the door itself and then you can check for the degrees. But in that case, you may not get an exact 0 degree. It can be somewhere like um, between 0 to 5, something like that. But um, if it's already built, then it's easy to check because you can directly go to the center of the house and the door, and then you can have your compass in your iPhone, and then you can check the degrees. It's easy, and then you can select whether you want to buy or not. But if it's a lot, right, it's very hard for you to guess whether, like, how where the door will come. So for that, you need a help of an architect on if this is going to be my lot and this is the design. So on design also, I will tell you like how to actually design a home based upon Vastu, what are the structural things you have to do and you should not do to bring immense luck and wealth to that house. So basically, if you have an architect and who can help you with the drawings, you have to tell them that do not keep the door somewhere like, for example, your house is facing north, don't keep the door in northwest or northeast, like side openings. Don't do that. You need to make sure your front door and your house that is facing right, that needs to be exactly in the same degrees. And mm, my recommendation is don't take like this dead end, this cul-de-sac plots. I mean, in the US, it's very popular to get the cul-de-sac or dead end, like these kind of lots. But in Vastu, we don't prefer it. We feel like the energy is stuck there within these like 5 homes. It is stuck there, and there is no way to release that energy. So we don't prefer in Vastu, right? We don't prefer like telling anyone to buy. If you have no choice, then you can do it, and you can do a remedy for that. But this is called as a dead end or cul-de-sac. So we don't want the energy to be floating here itself. So in Vastu, what we recommend is um, you need to make sure that the plot, whatever you are selecting, um, is actually like facing exactly your preferred according to your birth chart. That house needs to face that way. That's one thing. Next one is the shape of the lot. For example, you see this shape, right? This is like square, and this is a rectangle, and here it's all like in different shapes, right? It's not like in a proper shape. If you see, it's like a triangle or it's not proper. So if you ask me, I instead of, even if this is a bigger lot, I will not prefer this. I will go for this exact square, because in Vastu, um, the preferred shape lot is square only. It's not rectangle, it's not any other shape. So for example, if it's proper square, I mean, you're lucky to get such kind of lots, okay? But we don't recommend you unless you have no choice. That is the second option only. You have no choice. Other lots are filled and you have to get in that particular community. You can get it, but still you have to do remedies to make sure you attract wealth and happiness in that home and peace in that home. But our preferred shape for the lot is um, square. Okay, that's square. Don't, the other shapes are only second options. So the lot shape needs to be in square shape, and the direction and the door needs to be in sync. That's one thing. Then do not select the cul-de-sac or dead end that lots. That's, these are basics, okay? And I will tell you in detail in the next session on like in structures, right? When you build, like what you should avoid and what structures you can do, and if you have a backyard, and what kind of structural upgrades you that according to Vastu, what is preferred, what kind of cuts you can do, what kind of extensions you can do, and you have no choice, it's already built, then what kind of remedies you can do. I'll tell that in the next class. Thank you for watching.